The ballroom glittered, with golden chandeliers, laughter echoing against marble walls. Aurora Lane stood in a corner, a glass of champagne untouched in her hand. Her emerald eyes scanned the crowd, settling on the man who had once been her everything, Damien Cross. He was surrounded by admirers, his charming grin concealing the monster beneath. 3 years ago, Aurora had given Damien her trust, her heart, and her dreams. He had taken them and crushed them without remorse. Not only had he betrayed her love, but he had also stolen her designs, her fashion empire, presenting them as his own. Overnight, he rose to fame while she disappeared into silence and shame. But tonight wasn't just another gala. Tonight was the beginning of his downfall. Aurora had returned to the city with a plan as sharp as glass and patience honed like a blade. She had spent those years rebuilding herself in shadows, gathering allies, studying every weakness Damien tried to hide. To the world, she was a ghost from the past. To Damien, she was no one. Until she chose to be seen. She approached him with graceful poise, her black satin gown flowing like liquid midnight. His eyes widened slightly when they met hers, but he quickly masked it with a smirk. Aurora Lane, he drawled. I thought you vanished. Her lips curved in a soft smile. Some ghosts return, Damien. What he didn't know was that Aurora already controlled the night. Hidden in plain sight, she had orchestrated every detail, the guest list, the investors attending, the journalists waiting for the smallest spark. All she had to do was light the match. As the gala unfolded, Aurora quietly released her trap. A series of leaked files landed in the inboxes of the city's most influential reporters. Emails, contracts, and undeniable evidence of Damien's theft, proof that his empire was built on lies. And as he lifted a glass to toast his success, phones began to buzz across the room. Murmurs spread like wildfire. Aurora leaned closer, her voice calm but lethal. How does it feel, Damien, knowing the world finally sees who you truly are? Confusion flickered in his eyes, followed by panic. As the whispers grew louder, a reporter approached, holding up her phone. Mr. Cross, would you like to comment on these accusations? Cameras turned, flashes blinded the crowds. Admiration curdled into suspicion. Aurora stepped back, watching him stumble over excuses. His perfect mask shattered under the weight of truth. But her revenge wasn't just to expose him. It was to take back what was rightfully hers. Days before, she had secured the legal rights to her stolen designs, quietly and strategically. With the evidence public, and investors pulling out, Damien's empire would crumble overnight, and hers would rise from its ashes. As the chaos unfolded, Aurora slipped away onto the balcony. The night air was crisp, stars scattered across the sky. For the first time in years, she breathed freely. Yet revenge wasn't sweet in the way people imagined. It wasn't laughter or triumph, it was silence. A release of the chains that once held her down. She hadn't done this to humiliate Damien alone. She had done it for herself. For the woman she had once been and for the one she had become. Inside, Damien's voice cracked under pressure, his empire collapsing in real time. Outside, Aurora closed her eyes and whispered, almost to herself, justice. But as she turned to leave, a thought lingered. She had struck him down. But men like Damien always tried to crawl back. If he dared rise again, she would be waiting, stronger, sharper, unstoppable. Because Aurora Lane had learned one truth. Revenge wasn't about anger, it was about power. And she had claimed hers back.